Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I'm Scott Ramph, your host, the one and only host of Wake Up Missoula. Noelle is not here because if you were watching on Wednesday's show, she said she's going to Sasquatch, which is basically the North American Burning Man of the Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana region. It's at the gorge, and it's like a kind of like a week-long event and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna be there doing all sorts of fun stuff there as well. But I'm here to talk about the one thing you can't wait for, and that is weather. Whether or not I'm gonna say the weather, and I'm gonna start off with weather today. And weather is gonna be it's gonna be okay. Right, currently it is 47 degrees outside. It's a little chilly, but you can expect showers likely to happen tonight. And today, 60% chance of showers. That's what they say. 60% showers likely, 40% tonight. Saturday you can have a chance of thunderstorms, but there's some chance the chances of rain and showers get lower that night, and then by Sunday even lower. And then of course you can expect rain during Memorial Day, but maybe not. But it's been fairly nice. Like the last couple days have been beautiful, and I haven't seen much rain, if at all. Like it rained probably at 4:30, 4 o'clock yesterday, and it was just kind of like a minor inconvenience for some people who were caught outside, but it ended pretty quickly just as soon as it started. So that's it with your weather forecast. But right now we have a lot of video we have to show you because I don't want to talk. We have I'm going to show you a little taste of our living room sessions, which is MCAT Music Presents the Living Room Sessions, and I have a little taste of one of the songs from the band Local Yokel. So here is Local Yokel from the most recent living room session from MCAT Music.
Time I leave home, it won't stop raining. Move around like a tumbleweed, I blow with a summer breeze. I couldn't stay in one place for even a week at a time. When it's time, I'd move along, I'd write a melody and sing a song, and I'd pray to God they can forgive me with time.
are back, and that was Local Yokel. If you guys are wondering if you're just tuning in with us, this is Wake Up Missoula, and that was Local Yokel with our MCAT Music Presents The Living Room Sessions. And of course, you can find out more by logging on to our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You could look at our music page, and that's where we have the whole song, where you can watch it. We have old past music performance that we've done. So besides doing a morning show, I also do a music kind of like, I guess it's like the MCAT music scene, where I just film a couple musicians here and there every month or so, and we just put it on our MCAT music channel. And you can find out more information by logging on to that MCAT music channel by clicking on that tab, or you can go to YouTube and type in MCAT music, which basically it's Missoula Community Access Television music. But of course, if you're interested in liking Wake Up Missoula, our morning show, you could like us on our Facebook page. You can follow us on Twitter, but also you should totally follow MCAT on Twitter to see future programming and other stuff that is happening on MCAT, as well as liking MCAT on Facebook, because I always post new programming that's happening on MCAT. And speaking of new program, we have a couple new programs happening tonight, and after I tell you about the new program, I'm going to show you a couple cool things you can do on our video on demand. So here is the 2 new programs that are happening tonight and tomorrow night on MCAT channel 189.
And we'll talk more. I'll show a little bit of stuff about cataract, but it's a clouding of the natural lens of the eye. In our countries, in the developed countries, when you can't see your golf ball and when you can't drive at night, you go and get your cataract out, and it works great. But in these countries, there are so few providers that can do this that you eventually just gradually go functionally blind. But it's reversible no matter how bad it gets. You can still go in and reverse it. Trachoma is a disease of repeated infections of the eyelids with a type of bacteria, and after years and years of repeated infections, it causes the inner layer of the lids to scar.
Yeah. This is a really exciting event. I've got about 15 minutes to kind of lay the groundwork for the American healthcare system, where it is right now, where it's going, and how rural communities can kind of work together to make the future more successful, let's say, than the past has been. Now, the main points here, let me see if I've got them. Okay. Okay, first of all, we have to understand that the U.S. healthcare system is undergoing dramatic change. This is not a mirage. This is not a political story, etc. We are moving very rapidly into an entirely different healthcare system.
Yeah, so you can find out all those and more by logging on to our website, mcat.org. So it's easy. Like, you can watch your programs. See, let's say I want to watch Asaph Cafe. Let's say I want to watch Asaph's show. I just go to Video on Demand, channel 189, and then I go look for it. Let's see, Asaph Cafe, right here. So if you take a closer look, you can see that it says Asaph Cafe. And what is this? It's a little viewing tab, like a little viewing tab right next to it. So if you click on that viewing tab, it'll show this little thing right here, and we're able to see Asaph. So I'm going to turn down the volume just slightly so you can see.
Good afternoon, lady.
Yep, and then you see Asaph Cafe. You can skip ahead.
If he turns out so great, that means that it exposes how we are.
Yeah, so that was Asaph Cafe, and you can see it every Thursday,
it's every
Friday.
Thursday, yeah. We take 2 shows every Thursday from 1 till 4, and it's just a community show where I invite someone from the community, and we just talk about whatever comes up.
Yeah.
Anything at random.
Yep, and of course, I noted Of course, you have your show on Thursdays at 5 p.m.
Yeah, Thursday at 5, and I think
and again, and it's Friday at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to use the schedule. It's great. I just love this new video on demand thing. And of course, Christian made his own video on demand short video about how to use it and how to watch MCAT, how do you watch our video on demand. And I think this is a really nice video, and I'm going to show it to you right now.
Hey there guys, this is Christian Ackerman with Missoula Community Access Television. I'm MCAT's production instructor / mentor. Today what I'm going to be showing you on MCAT's website at mcat.org. We're going to go to the website here, mcat.org, which is mcat.org. We're going to that. Here's MCAT's website, and here's a new amazing feature on our Video on Demand tab up here at the very top of the window here of MCAT's webpage. Right here on Video on Demand, if you go to any of the channels here, you can click on the channel, and if you want to watch the channel live, like how we're showing it on channel 189, you click here, and then this box opens, but you have to tell it to play by clicking that box there. Now it's going to load.
Representatives of this foundation are here.
And there you can see
today.
how we can watch it. We
There
can
are
also go full
representatives
size.
from Germany,
There we
as
go.
well as from many countries in Africa.
And then I can stop it by pressing the pause button there. Well, now a new feature is, what we can do is if you go to the schedule and you're looking at the schedule to see a program, see what you missed or what's coming up, if you look here at the 5 p.m. Asaph Cafe, you see the view in parentheses. There's a couple here. Here's a 6:30 p.m. UM students for a tuition freeze. The view, again, view. Not all programs have the view on them. Anytime where you see a program with the letter view on it, you can click on view and then watch it immediately on demand. So I just clicked on view, this window pops up, and then you click play right here or here if you only see the play button. So you click play, and now we can watch that program on demand. We don't have to wait for it to play.
My name is Asaph.
We don't have to wait for it to play. We can watch it right then and now when we want to. You can also go over here to the right of the window and click it to expand it and watch it again.
Asaph Adonai, and welcome
And there it is. And then there's also a play function down here, and so on and so forth. And if you go back to the right of the screen down below, if you can barely see it, you can hit the escape button on your keyboard or click the expand, full screen to minimize. And that's our new function on our MCATS.org website. So again, video on demand, channel 189 or 190. Click on the channel you want to view. You either can watch what's playing at that moment on the channel live, or go look through the schedule, find any of the programs that have the word view on it in parentheses, click on that, and you can watch it at that moment on demand. So there you guys go. Tell your friends and family about it, and thank you for visiting MCAT.org, and also check us out at our YouTube site at the MCAT channel on YouTube. Subscribe and just tell us about us. Give out the word. And thank you again. My name is Christian Ackerman, production trainer, mentor with Missoula Community Access Television, channel 189 and 190 at MCAT.org.
Yeah, thanks, Christian. And he made that, and he's making a bunch of videos for MCAT about how to use Final Cut 10. So right now, of course, there's Final Cut 10, and you too can learn how to use all the stuff available to you at MCAT. Like what you see here, a lot of this stuff is available to the public for use for their own television show, learning to make a video. It's just basically just picking up a new skill here at MCAT, and you can volunteer your time, you can help out with other people's shows. If you don't know how to do it, we'll teach you how to do it. In terms of television, that is. We rent out equipment. It's a great resource for people like you, and people like Asaph, people like me, to get their voice out there for this very first amendment station. But moving on, I'm going to talk about events, because see if I can one-up Noelle on the events calendar. So right now, I'm going to start off with Friday morning events. So after this show at 9:30, Mismo Gymnastics are doing the Family Fun Time. Now even longer times on Monday through Friday. Spend time bonding, playing, and just having fun with your little ones at Mismo's Family Fun Time is open gym for ages walking to 12 years of age. They offer a supervised and safe environment full of obstacle courses, trampoline, and foam pits. Sorry, I keep on saying we. I'm reading. And then, of course, the price per day is $5 for members, $8 for non-members. And then, of course, if you want Family Fun Time at the YMCA of Missoula, just off Russell, Sorry, I just kept on saying we. But of course, they believe that families need a place to play together, and they have the Family Fun Time at the Y. And it's $17 for a family without a membership. So if you're a member of the Y, then you don't have to pay. It's free for members, but $17 for a family, like a whole family, if you just want to go check it out. Of course, Tiny Tales at the Missoula Public Library at 10:30 a.m. this morning. It's a unique program that is held every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. Babies birth to 3 years of age are invited to attend and must be accompanied by an adult. Participants will sing songs, learn finger plays and nursery rhymes, and hear stories. This program is usually held downstairs in the large meeting rooms, and of course signs will be posted if it's elsewhere. Family story time at 10:30 a.m. 3 days each week. Missoula Public Library offers a themed story time on the Dragon Rug, which may include songs and art activities. And of course, that happens Fridays at 10:30, Saturdays at 11 a.m., and Sundays at 2 p.m. And then 11 a.m. there's the preschool playgroup, and that's walking to 5 years of age, and that's at Bitterroot Gymnastics, which is just off Broadway. Broadway. Yeah, it is off Broadway. It's kind of further up there. If you've gone to Noodle Express, you've gone too far, but it's generally up there in that region. It's $8 for drop-in, $12 for siblings. So if you have like 3 siblings, it's basically like $4 each. Or if there are 4 siblings, you have $3 each. So it all works out in some ways if you have a lot of kids. Slime Taste at Spectrum Discovery. It's located on Front Street. Front or Main Street?
I'm not really certain.
It's where it has to be Main Street, I think, because it's the street that goes. It's the one-way street downtown that goes towards the university and the M Mountain, and it's like right next to the Elks Lodge. It's like right in the pretty much the same building. Spectrum Discovery, they have the slime taste test, and that's $3.50 for anyone 4 and over. If you're under 3, you get in free. And Yarns is a Missoula Public Library for people who knit or crochet. But of course, if you want to learn, you can probably ask some of the knitters and crocheters about it. It's a great way to make your own clothes. Think about it, learn a skill to make your own clothes. You're like, yeah, great. Of course, the YWCA is offering Missing, the documentary. So on Friday, May 22nd, which is today, sorry, I'm just reading this verbatim. From noon to 1, YWCA will host a screening of Missing, the documentary at YWCA main offices. The film draws attention to the member of missing and murdered Indigenous women of Canada, according to the 2009 Eurostat Statistics of Canada. Aboriginal women are 3 times more likely to experience violent victimization and non-Aboriginal women. In addition, there are significant overrepresented as victims of homicide, and Douglas and Claire will facilitate a brief discussion at the conclusion of the film screening. And I believe that Ron Scholl is doing a YW talk today as well. I think that's part of it, the documentary as well. And then the Missoula Town Hall, which is at the Missoula Public Library, the Alzheimer's Association of America chapter is working with the Montana Alzheimer Work Group to host town halls across the state discussing the development and implementation of the state Alzheimer's disease plan. One of those town halls will be taking place today at 1:30 to 3 p.m. at Missoula Public Library. To learn more, you can call them at 252-3053, or you can go to alz.org/Montana. And again, the number is 252-3053. And of course, the Teen Writers Group happens Friday at 3:30 p.m. So if you're a teenager and you're interested in people reviewing your writing skills, it's just basically to improve your writing skills. And it's a great resource for teenagers between 3:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. today at the Public Library. And then, of course, we're getting into the later night events. There's the wine tasting and live music by Todd Catmull. I'm sorry, I pronounce it differently than Noelle. Maybe better, maybe wrong. I don't know. 4 p.m. at the 10 Spoon Vineyard and Vinery. Hellgate Roller Girls post-bout viewing party. So if you didn't go to Billings for the tournament, they have a post-bout viewing party happening happening at 5:30 p.m. and that's happening at Imagine Nation Brewery. Okay, and here are some of the events that are happening tonight. 6 p.m. at the Union Club. Every Friday they have Irish music, traditional Irish music, an authentic taste of Ireland, listening to Western Montana excellent traditional Irish music with your jigs, reels, hornpipes, waltz, and songs. Come tap your feet or sing along. 6 p.m. at the Top Hat is Family Friendly Friday with Adriel Herschel. So yeah, it's a great way to bring your kids to a bar, and you as parents can drink and hang out, have some fun while your kids just run around and just go crazy. And here are some of the events that are happening late night for you youngins. And that's the drag show, the ISCSM drag show, and they're going to be happening tonight. And the event is 18 and up, and it's $5 for all. Let's see. The next segment, there's Copper Mountain Men playing at the Sunrise Saloon, and Magpies and Boys are playing at the Top Hat Lounge. And that is it for Friday events. Right now we have Asaph's event. Without further ado, here's Asaph, and please just let me stop talking.
This is going to be probably a very delightful story. Before there was The Voice, before there was American Idol, there was the Gong Show. And we're going to talk about a performer named Eugene Patton, known by his stage name, Gene the Dancing Machine.
So from what I see, from what people who don't remember this, all they see is a guy dancing. What was the relevance?
Okay, here's how it started. Gene the Dancing Machine, he went on to become a television personality, a dancer, as you can see, but he was a stagehand that worked at the NBC studios in Burbank at that time. He's the first African-American member of the International Alliance of Theatrical and Stage Employees, Local 33. Now, his claim to fame, how it started, he would entertain during the commercials, when they went to a commercial break on this show, and he became such a hit that the host here on the right, Chuck Barris, put him on the show. And it worked, because then he started getting a following of the audience watching it, and what it was is, the way they judged the show, if the stars liked you, they just have points, kind of similar to The Voice. But if they didn't like you, they would take this big gong, like this big Chinese gong, and they go, gong, and they'd hit it. And then this guy would come out literally with this big hook, and they would put a hook around your body and take off stage. And then Gene the Dancing Machine would come sliding on the stage like what we just saw while they were getting ready for the next act. So that's kind of his claim to fame. He wasn't what you would call a singer or anything. He was just a stagehand that got put on the show at the time, and it worked. And we just lost him March 9th, 2015.
Yep.
He was aged 82, so that was his claim to fame. And every once in a while he would judge a show too, but he's going to be best remembered for dancing. And he always wore that same outfit, the green sweater with the yellow top and the gray pants. That was his niche.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, I didn't, never knew this, because, there's always some shows where like you get like stagehands and like regular people, and then they just make such a like killing. It's all they really, they're
it's no different than what David Letterman did with Rupert, the deli guy. When they first went into a shop, they went in there with those cameras, and Rupert wasn't very receptive, and it worked. And he went on to become a fixture. So it's the same with this Gene the Dancing Machine for the Gong Show.
Nice. Well, thanks, Asaph.
Sure.
Yeah, of course, it wouldn't be Saturday without the farmers market. So let's talk about the farmers market. So farmers, peoples, Clark Fork River Market all start around 8 a.m. tomorrow morning with fresh produce, fresh food, fresh art, and fresh expression surrounding downtown Missoula in this weekly event. So I'm excited. It's such a great thing, and especially when they put the pianos downtown.
I'm gonna find a piano there, and I'll start playing somewhere outside. But this year, I'm gonna have my candelabra with me.
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be great. And of course, while you're at the farmers market, be sure to stop by the carousel because they're celebrating their 20th anniversary by giving free rides to anybody and everybody from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And but it's Kids Day also at the carousel, so you're gonna be a bunch of little kids just running around being all crazy and stuff. And it's happening at 10 a.m. It all starts at 10 a.m. at the carousel. And of course, if you're interested in the let's see, where is that? Okay, there it is. Free rides all day at the carousel to celebrate the 20th anniversary. Let's see. Okay, and then there's the community safe prescription drug drop-off. A community safe prescription drug drop-off will be conducted from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, May 23rd at Southgate Mall. So if you have any old prescription drugs and you want to get rid of them, this is a safe way to get rid of them rather than just throwing them away because prescription drug abuse is pretty bad, especially lately. The statistics have been getting higher and higher, and it's a good, safe way to get rid of your prescription drugs without worrying about if like your kids or somebody getting their hands on their prescription drugs. And that's happening from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Southgate Mall. So drop off your prescription drugs that you do not need anymore. And then Fort Missoula Historic District Tour. So please, at 10 a.m. at Fort Missoula, there's the Historic Preservation Commission and the director of Fort Missoula Historical Museum as they tour the sites and structures that comprise the historic district. Museum exhibits featuring Missoula's early downtown history, Highlander beer, and brewery history and historical photographs. So if you're interested in learning about the history of Missoula and the Fort Missoula, that's happening at 10 a.m. at Fort Missoula, which is great. And then of course, if you're still a kid at heart, or you want to let your kids see some of the old cartoons from back in the day, Roxy has Saturday Morning Funhouse at 10 a.m. So kids get to watch Saturday morning cartoons from back in the day. And then at Spectrum Discovery, they have an eye dissection. So you get to learn the science of what's inside the eye, happening at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Of course, following that, there's the National Collegiate Hurling competition. Not curling, it's hurling. So it's the University of Montana's Grizzlies hurling team are the reigning National Collegiate Athletic Association. Wow, that's a long title, but they're champions of America. And the team will be defending their title on home ground at the Washington Grizzly Stadium at 11 a.m. So it's and also throughout Memorial Day weekend, so May 23rd through the 24th. Make sure you come out and support your local Grizz champions. And the price is for $10 for adults per day, $15 for both days, and it's $5 for young adults between the ages of 13 and 17. And of course, gate opens at 10 a.m. both days, and both games start at 10 a.m. and continue until the game kind of ends around 5 p.m. Wow, it's a long day. I don't know if it's the actual game that lasts until 5, but yeah, just look it up. It's great. I think this is great if you want to see any alternative sports that are happening at the Washington Grizzly Stadium. Like, it's always great to see what kind of other stuff Washington Grizzly Stadium provides besides, football. If you're interested in something going there besides just going there for football, then this is a great opportunity. Okay, moving on. At 12:30 a.m. there's the Zootown Community Center. It's volunteer this summer, so basically they're looking for volunteers. This summer, the Zootown Arts Community Center is looking for enthusiastic, fun-loving, and hard-working volunteers to take part in many programs and activities this summer. Instead of being a constant participant in art, get your hands and heart more colorful by working behind the scenes to deliver live, enriching art experience to all of Missoula. We are looking for energetic and friendly volunteers to help with the Zach's Two Big Feats this summer, 15 youth summer camps, and 10 summer festivals. So basically, it seems like they're going to be putting on something every single weekend this summer. And of course, if you're interested in going out Saturday night, there's Queer Party at the Palace. That's what it says, Queer Party. And Band in Motion at the Union Club. The Copy Mountain Band is happening at the Sunrise Saloon. Dark Mint Skid Woods, so it's like a heavy metal, and Noctur and Shramama is happening at Old Beck VFW Post 209, and then Mudslide Charlie is happening at the Top Hat. So yeah, a lot of great stuff is happening today and tomorrow. So yeah, a lot of information, but it wouldn't be Friday without Flagship Friday. So I have the Flagship Friday video of the week, and it's featuring Hellgate High School. So here is Flagship and MCAT Movie Making Club presents Pod People.
I was working in Baltimore. I had to get out. The violence was overcoming. I was given an assignment by the U.S. government. They said, go to Latvia and find out what's going on with the so-called pod people. When I arrived, I didn't know what to think. Everyone walked around emotionless, like plants from pods. They talked about coming in triplets, but they were all truly the same. I think that's where we got the pod idea from. 3 peas in a pod. 3 musketeers. France. I might be on to something. So I flew to France to see if I could dig up any clues. And I found a man who said Latvia wasn't the source. There's a little country 18 miles north of where I had landed called Latveria. I had to go to a castle, find a man named Doom, Dr. Doom. I asked Dr. Doom a few questions. He refused to answer any of them. He sent me on my way. I had a sneaking suspicion that he was up to it all. So I went back to Latvia. I met some people there. More odd people. Ran into someone who wasn't like the rest, but yet so similar. Told me what was going on. Said that if I kept acting the way I was and nosing around, I'd get caught, turned into a pod person. I didn't know how I could be turned into one. I thought they were born. But apparently this Dr. Doom fella had a couple more tricks up his sleeve. It was easy to just fall into the trance. But then I realized what was happening. I was being pulled in like all the rest, turned into a pod person without even having to go through the surgery, as they called it. I made a terrible, horrible discovery. It was a tree, a plant, just as I suspected. But it didn't have pods on it. It was weird. It's like they grew one by one. They were able to move around and do Dr. Doom's dirty deeds. Dirt cheap. Wasn't that hard once you had all the pieces of the puzzle. The person I found pulled me aside and told me what was going on. She was that missing pod. Ba, ba, ba.
And we can end it on that cliffhanger, like they always end on cliffhangers.
Yeah, I like it.
Sweet.
Cool, let's film this.
Okay.
We have to be quick.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I ended the video. We were just kind of like sitting around the table discussing what we should make a movie, and I just used his voiceover and I just filmed some stuff black and white. I think it turned out great. It was wonderful. You know, the kids from Hellgate are really funny, but they're really chill. They're not high energy, so you have to work with them. one way or in that certain respect, because I'm always used to having kids like really excited and energetic about it, but they're more chill and they're more collective. So when they do this kind of stuff, I have to figure out a way to get them interested. So it's difficult for some things, but it works for others. But yeah, I think that about does it for Wake Up Missoula. I'm just saying. But of course, there's a lot of events happening today and this weekend. Be sure to check out the Irish thing, the family fun time at the Top Hat. That's always fun for the kids and stuff. Farmers market. Oh God, I just love the farmers market. I'm gonna get some fresh produce. I always go through it within the week, and it's so cheap and great. So you can find out more information about Wake Up Missoula by logging on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can find out more about our current videos and our past videos provided by our show, Flagship Fridays, Joel Coffee Talk, all sorts of great interviews and stuff. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and totally follow MCAT on Twitter, not to mention liking Missoula Community Access Television on our Facebook page too. There's a lot of information, a lot of stuff that you could check out, a lot of great social networking fun stuff, from videos to pictures of our shoots, and videos from our shoots that we've shot last couple days, last couple weeks, just a lot of great stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to end the show as I promised. So for Wake Up Missoula, I'm Scott Ramph, and here's...
And I am pianist Asaph Adonai.
Thanks, Asaph.
Sure.